Here's how you take your craft pumpkins from this to this to this. Some of the best Halloween discounts are happening right now. I bought these craft pumpkins last year for a really good discount, knowing I would be turning them into floating pumpkins. If you're a fan of the Harry Potter movies, then you know the exact scene that I'm talking about. As a fan, I wanted to add these floating jack-o'-lanterns to our own home, and it required some research. Lots of research. I rewatched The Sorcerer's Stone so I could study those jack-o'-lantern faces. And I couldn't stop there. I needed to rewatch the entire film franchise to make sure there were no other jack-o'-lantern faces that I needed to recreate. Let me show you how I make these floating jack-o'-lanterns. The first thing I did was I drew faces on all of the craft pumpkins to make them look like the same kind of faces in the Sorcerer's Stone. Make sure you buy craft pumpkins that are carvable. Not all craft pumpkins are carvable. Using regular pumpkin carving tools, I cut out all the faces in the jack-o'-lanterns. When you're cutting these faces, make sure you're cutting the eyes or the mouths big enough to stick the lights inside. I got these lights from Amazon. They're super bright and they're remote operated, so when they're floating in these pumpkins, all you have to do is use the remote to turn them off. Using some sharp tools, I poked holes in all the stems so I could eventually feed fishing line through them. Fishing line does not tie well, and for the first few pumpkins that I tied, they all fell down. So then I retied them and then I used glue on the knots. And now these pumpkins have been hanging pretty securely for just over a month. I was a little weary on how I wanted to hang these pumpkins. I found these heavy-duty command hooks to stick to my ceiling. It bugs me that these hooks are not invisible, but I wanted something that was going to be secure hanging from my ceiling. And that's how I made these floating jack-o'-lanterns. I hope you have an amazing rest of your spooky season. Bye for now.